One of the questions I get frequently is, and from executives, how do we get a really good return on investment from our ISO 9000 certification? Well, obviously, number one, you have to create a good quality management system with your documentation and follow that. Now, as time goes on, to get your return on investment, number one, do some good internal audits and don't try to jam them all into one day once per year. That's not going to be a good internal audit. Split those internal audits over sections of the standard and your business or organization and do it like quarterly or something, because you want your people to see these internal audits happening on a regular basis and let them know we're refining our system. Internal auditing, there's two things I like about internal auditing once they're done right. It's a great cross-training tool, but I've figured out over time it's not just cross-training, it's cross-appreciation. What do I mean by that? Well, I've got somebody, you can't audit your own area, so maybe I have somebody from purchasing auditing engineering, and engineering auditing the lab, and the lab maybe auditing receiving, shipping and receiving. So they're understanding, by the cross-training, they're understanding how those other sections are working now more in details, but they also appreciate what those other pieces of the business or departments have to do to make things happen. So that's what I mean by cross-appreciation. So cross-training and cross-appreciation. Next, having good goals. Companies have goals and strategy anyway, even if it's not formally laid out. Management, the executives have a strategy in their head. But we have to have good goals that go with that, and ISO calls them quality objectives, but the same thing, they're goals. So we're sharing those with the different departments so they have KPIs that go with them, and we stay focused on those things. So next, when we find problems through our internal auditing that aren't matching up with our strategy, that's what we call nonconformances, and which lead to corrective actions. And for corrective actions, we want to correct things, get to the root cause analysis, fix them so we know they're fixed for good. That's what root cause analysis is all about, making sure we're fixing them properly and completely. And then we know those are effective. And then the last thing is washing all of this through a periodic management review. Management reviews have to be done at least once per year. I'd recommend, especially for a newer organization to ISO, do them a little more often, like twice a year. And think about this, managers are meeting and talking all the time. It's not about being aware of something that wasn't happening. It's really about synchronizing and calibrating all of management, so making sure everybody's on the same page with what we're trying to do. ISO in management review says you have to go through all these different sections to make sure you cover these different things, like suppliers, corrective actions, customer surveys, all of this. And it's making sure we're all on the same page. And then what comes out of that management review are objectives that are action items that have to be done based on that. So to get the good return on your investment, you want to make sure you're doing good internal audits, finding problems, fixing those problems, and then washing or filtering it all through your management review periodically. And if you do this effectively, you will find you're getting a good return on your ISO investment.